Hello folks and welcome to another InkDependence.com brief video review and water drop test. Today we have Montblanc Leonardo Red Chalk. Comes in a box like this. I don't show a lot of boxes because I don't really get many bottles of ink. I do a lot of samples, but for these limited editions I usually go for bottles. It's a very cool box, got the Leonardo wing on there, Leonardo writing ink, etc. It says red chalk on the back, 30 milliliters. Not that many milliliters for an ink that costs like 18 bucks. But nonetheless, it is limited edition, so that's kind of what you get. And if you can find this ink, I would snap some up because it is pretty super. I've had it in this Franklin Christoph 27. It's got a variety of nibs. I have, let's see, I have a bag of nibs? Yeah, I have a bag of nibs right here actually for it, 3 of them. Plus the one that's in there. I tried it out in all those nibs, and it's excellent in all of them. Here's a brief write-up of all of them. Pack my box of 5 dozen liquor jugs is a fun panagram that somebody on Reddit found for me. I like it a lot. It's what I was signing sometimes at the DC Pen Show when I was trying out pens, that sort of thing. You can see how the ink does get much darker, much more rich as you go up in nib size. The broad stub I think is the best, although the medium looks pretty super. And even the extra fine actually looks okay. It's a little bit, well, I like more flow is what I'm trying to say in the extra fine, but that's what you get with an extra fine. So this is going to be an ink that looks pretty cool. You can see a fair amount of shading here. Let me stabilize this a little bit. There you go. A little bit of shading everywhere, in fact, so that's pretty cool. Alright, that's that. Oh, I haven't showed the bottle yet. Here's the bottle. It's one of the small bottles. It's a 30 ml bottle. It's a little bit smaller than the 35 milliliters you get for the new 90th anniversary gray. Let's see how it is in the Einstein. Einstein's also 30, so it should be a slightly different bottle for the gray. But it is a cute little bottle. It's a nice little inkwell looking bottle. It says some stuff down here. It tells you when it was made, etc. It's a glass bottle, so I can't really leave it out or the ink will degrade, which is too bad. Maybe if I had a dark room to display them in, I would. But we have the Montblanc snowflake on top, a little silver rim, plastic cap. But it's a pretty heavy bottle. Anyway, there you go, there's the bottle. This is an ink, as I said before, that I really like. It doesn't have any sheen, unlike some of the other inks that I've been able to show recently, but it does have lots of shading, kind of shading everywhere, even on regular paper and that sort of thing. No real bleed through, but maybe a little bit of bleed through on regular old copy paper, but only from the broad stub nib. If you have it in another nib, you'd probably be fine. That one just kind of is a bit wet, and so you're going to see a little bit of bleed through with just about anything. So anyway, here it is compared to a bunch of stuff. Things I had were in the same sort of color family. Garnet Red from Faber-Castell, Noodler's Alamo's Twilight. It's a bit different from all of them. You can see it sort of dries to this matte red color. It's very cool, kind of like clay. And then I inked up some Copper Burst and I said, oh, that's pretty close. It's a lot darker, the Copper Burst than the red chalk. But anyway, that's as close as you're going to get, I think. Hazelnut, it's a little bit more, well, it's a lot darker than red chalk, but it's kind of in the same vein. You can see it's much different from a red like this Grand Dash Infrared. Alright, so here's the smear. All kinds of shading on this smear. It looks kind of like the red clay I have in my backyard. Alright, let's see. I must have gotten a little distracted. I was going to write word test instead of water test, but we all know what I'm doing here. Alright, let's put some water on the subject and see how it fares. Not particularly well, which is sort of what I expected, given the chromatography, which I'll show in just a minute here. Not a whole lot of it going to stick around, but this ink is not really known for its waterproof properties. It's known for looking awesome. It is, of course, a limited edition, so go out and get some if you can find it. And voila, most of it's gone. Most of it's here on my paper towel. Almost nothing sticking around. You can see some of the dots, but man, the lines just came right up. And here's the chromatography. You can see that at the bottom, almost nothing stuck around, and then up here at the top, you've got some very nice dark tones and reds, a bit of a brown perhaps. Looks like just a little bit of blue or something over here at the edges, which is interesting. Alright, anyway, there you go. That's Montblanc's Leonardo Red Chalk. I definitely recommend getting yourself some of this red chalk ink. It's very cool. I'm probably not going to get a second bottle, although I might think I want to. I don't want to store more bottles than I have to. All right, so Montblanc's Leonardo. Go check out that ink. See you around.